Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hope all is well. Hope everyone's doing all right. Few people still trying to connect, so we'll give them a few seconds to do so. All right. Looks like everybody that's in is in and audio is connected. So once again, good afternoon. Hope everyone's doing all right. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for tuning in today to see about the class. At any given point, and when I start talking, feel free to unmute or to type something in the chat if you have a question, and most definitely will answer your question accordingly. My name is Mr. Tucker. I will be your instructor for this semester. So hopefully you got all 5 of the emails that I've sent up to this point. If not, if you ever wondering if I've sent the class email out, when you go into Canvas, if you go to Canvas announcements, all of our emails will be archived here. So the way things are and the way the class is set up, I didn't want to send you guys in multiple places to get information or whatever. Everything that you need will be in MathLab. We're going to go in there in a few, but everything you need will be in MathLab. Your syllabus, your assignments, your grades. I'm not transferring anything to Canvas. Everything you need will be in MathLab. The only thing you will go to Canvas is to see any archived emails that I've sent to the class. So that's the only time you really would go to Canvas is to see these. So first email I sent was just a greeting, letting you know what type of class this was, saying hello, and then let you know what type of class this was. This is an online class. It means there are no times that we'll meet regularly. It's just straight online. You have supplements and all that good stuff like that in order to help you achieve the agenda for and the objective for the class and all the good stuff like that. And then also you got the meeting today, the Zoom link for today's optional meeting. I am going to record this and send it out as well. So just to make sure no one has any questions. So required materials. Notice it says MathLab access. It does not say a textbook. So access to MathLab is mandatory because all of our assignments, everything we do will be done through MathLab. Your textbook will be in MathLab as well. So unless you just need a textbook, a hard copy of the textbook in your possession, the actual textbook, there's an e-text that is inside of MathLab that you will have full access to as well. Let me see something real quick, all right, there we go. So you will have the e-text that's the same thing as the book that you will have access to. So if you have not registered for MathLab yet, you go into MathLab, hit register. This is your course ID that will give you access to the shell for our class. And then you will have to input your access code. If you purchase the code externally, in other words, you purchase it from like TCC, Barnes & Noble, or somewhere else, then you put in the access code. If you have not, and you just want to purchase access through the website, you will just purchase your access. And if not, but you want to go ahead and get started, you can use the 14-day free pass. And that will be available to you as a little link at the bottom of the screen. Any questions so far? Everybody good? All right. MathLab specifics. So this is just a few statements letting you know how we will be using MathLab throughout the semester. So as I already mentioned, you cannot pass the course without access to MathLab. All of your assignments, tests, and everything will be generated through MathLab. So for attendance, you must participate and show activity in MathLab weekly. So not necessarily daily, but weekly. At some point, go into MathLab. Even let's say you didn't have a chance to get any work done today. If nothing else, at least go into MathLab, go into a homework, hit save, and come out so that you have some type of time step of being active for the week. So once again, if you log in weekly in the MathLab, then that will count as your attendance. As always, if you're having issues, whether it be with MathLab or just getting into MathLab or anything, make sure you let me know. I don't need deep, intimate details, but just to let me know that you were having issues with getting some stuff done. You're still there trying to make it happen, so I'll know, and I can vouch for you. the way homework is set up, there's an unlimited amount of tries to get the best grade possible. So since you have unlimited amount of tries, there's no such thing as unlimited amount of problems. You know, truth be told, if you keep clicking on something, eventually the problem that you saw that you got wrong that it gave you answer to will pop back up. I mean, if you want to play the game. So that's why you want to at least get a 75. That's the marker. At least a 75 to get credit for homework. So 75 to 84.9 will be a 90% in my grade book. But if you want to strive for that 100%, you want to score at least an 85, and then I will give you 100 for your homework. All right. Test reviews are not mandatory, but for every test, there will be a test review. But if you score 85 or better on it, I will add 5 points to that respective test. So your test reviews are set up just like your homework. You have unlimited amount of tries to get the best grade possible on it, get whatever practice you want to get on it. Once again, you do not have to do it. If you were to go in it, score 20, and then come out of it because you didn't want to do any more, that's fine. I do not count it against you. I would suggest you at least look at them because it will let you know what type of things will be on the test, what type of problems you will have to look forward to encountering when it comes to your test. So I would suggest you at least take a look at it, but if not, it is completely up to you. Now for your actual test, you get two attempts to get the best grade possible. With your actual test, 75 is a 75. That doesn't go up to a 90. That's just for your homework. So your test scores are your test scores. And then from there, any scratch work, anyway, whatever it took for you to achieve those goals when it comes to the problems that you're trying to complete, you send me that scratch work. You can either take a picture with your phone, scan it, whatever way, you just send me that in the email. All right. So any questions so far? Anything, anybody? Good. All right. Last email. So I sent this one this morning, and it's just a links to all of previously recorded lectures for the sections that you guys will be covering. If you have any issues with any of them, let me know. I have other ones that I can pull as well, but just all the lectures for all the sections that you guys are held responsible for from beginning to end. So, if you want to look at them, that's how we'd be teaching the course if we were, a regular class. But if you don't want to look at them, it's all good. It's just up to you how you want to, go about learning the material. All right, so that's one of your supplemental activities. Any questions before we go to math lab? You got to go there right straight.
Yes, sir. I have one quick question. Can you hear me?
So let me go out so I can show you registration just in case somebody in here is not registered yet. All right. So if you want to register for the course, if you haven't registered yet, you would go here, hit register now as a student. Hit register now. Oh, somebody said something. Yes. Oh, whoa, that's direct message. Okay, I'll wait for you to type it in. Okay. So what you just hit register and then type in the course ID. You guys have a different course ID. That's not yours. I'm just putting it in here just so we can register. Click register. And then from there, if you already have an account, you go ahead and put in your information, log in. If not, you have to create one, and then it'll ask you for all of your information. And you will go from there. All right. And then you will have those three options that you would choose from in order to be able to finish registering. All right. So will there be a time limit for the test? No. Now that's a great question. So what's going to happen is, and when I get into math lab, I'll show you, you're going to have tests that you do on your own, but there will be two tests or two times that I will actually have to proctor you. And that's going to be for the midterm and the final exam. Now for the midterm and the final exam, those will be timed. Those will be the times where I have to look at you. And I will give you 2 hours though. Not saying that you would need 2 hours, just that's the time I will block off for you guys to be able to complete your midterm and final exam. But those are only 2 times that there will be a time limit. The other test that you do on your own has no time on it. All right, someone say he had questions. Oh, you're just saying, okay. All right. All right, so good question, good question. So now let's go into math lab. All right. Oh, most of you are already enrolled. That's good. So you got a few need to get in there though. All right. So I thought I had a syllabus, old syllabus in here, but I'll put this. The syllabus will be right here in the course home. It, you'll see it very shortly. I'll try to post it before the day is out. Your assignments will be right here. These skill checks are not mandatory. That's just if you want to check your skills, but they're not mandatory. Your mandatory assignments do not start until here, 5.1. So 5 all the way down to chapter 11 is what you guys will be held responsible for. Why didn't I hope my stuff? Okay, it should have transferred. Hold on 1 second. While I look at this, I want to make sure because I didn't see my test reviews and tests. So, this one. Oh, it's on all. This one you guys don't see, but I want to see. Okay, I see it now. I didn't assign it, but let me look at it real quick, make sure it's good, and then I'll put it up there for you guys to be able to see. I'll put the due dates, shortly, but I just want to assign it to show you how it works. Sorry, guys. My stuff didn't transfer properly. I just want to make sure it's in there the right way. All right, so all right, that's 43. So I want to do this so I can show you guys how it will be set up from this point forward. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust everything, but all right. So when you go into your assignments, like I said, the skills checks are not mandatory, just if you want to get practice in. So you will have all your assignments, and then test 1 review will be right here after that chapter, and then your test 1. And I know it says pass through. I need to go in and make all the adjustments. No, I just added it. And then the same thing will be for chapter 6, 7, and 11. I don't believe I did a test for chapter 10, but 6, 7, and 11 will be your test. And then so when we talk about midterm, our midterm will be halfway through. So we're looking at chapter 5 and chapter 6. And your final exam is supposed to be cumulative, so it should have everything on it. But there will be a review for both of them, so you'll know what will be on it and everything like that. All right, so I just need to put that in there, and my testing stuff really didn't transfer the way it should have, so I'll put them in there before the night is out, and then you'll be able to see everything, and the due dates will be up there properly. All right. Questions or anything? Everybody good? All right. So like I said, when everything's in there properly, after each chapter, you'll have a test review and a test. All right, so let's go into Math Lab, make sure we are okay. Is that how it works? No, this question just asking me. It's not a good one. All right, there we go. Something like this. All right, so when it comes to a problem, normally it just depends on the complexity of the problem, how many chances you get. If it's just a pull down answer, like a statement, like a definition question like this, let me go back to it. All you're doing is just doing y. That's just concept. So those aren't calculation. Notice it only gives you one answer. Notice it says one chance. It says final check right here. but you get unlimited amount of tries. So all you gotta do is reset it and then choose the opposite. So let's go to one that, like I said, involves calculation. So gotta put an answer here. If you do, I just put anything, you do check. They try to give you a hint. Check again, try to give you a hint because you got it wrong. And then from there, notice it says final check. So normally for problems that involve calculation, they give you 3 chances to get the answer correct. Once you hit that final check, if you still get it wrong, they tell you what the answer is. Now you can hit similar question or hit next question if you just don't feel like dealing with it. If you didn't reset the problem, you can hit similar question. It'll always be down here to just reset it. Notice it's the same direction. I'm not saying, yeah, same directions, just different number as far as the problem is concerned. If you get it wrong, notice you have a red X that lets you know you got it wrong. If it's a multi-step problem or multi-answer problem where you can get some of it right, some of it wrong, you will see a red X / green check. If you get it completely right, then it'll turn into a green check. Whether you do it the first time right or not, or if you just do this one right, it'll turn to a green check. Even in your list right here of your problems, it'll still say the same thing, red X or green check. All right. So once again, your tests do not have unlimited amount of tries. That's the difference between homework and tests. And then also your tests do not have these help tools down here. Help me solve this. You don't click on that unless you're really done with the problem that you're dealing with, because it's going to help you solve that problem and then reset. So you only do that if you're completely done with the problem that you're dealing with. If not, you can do view an example. So it opens up a window in which you can walk through the steps of a problem that's very similar to it. And then from there, close it out and then work on the problem that you were working on. Also, if you want to print it out, you can print out the steps. I've had people to print out steps before. Sometimes people have a whole notebook full of stuff that they printed out to help them throughout the test and throughout the course. It's up to you. You want to, use paper ink that way, but you do have that at your disposal. Getting more help. Videos, just some problems have videos of Pearson teachers teaching these topics. Textbook just take you to the book where they discuss this problem, and then ask my instructor. It would send me an email, let me know you had a problem with this question. So with this, sometimes every now and then we do have we've had problems in the past with these with my math lab and TCC interfacing or communicating. So if by some chance, and I see your question, I'll get to you in a second. If by some chance you do ask my instructor and I don't respond to you, please give me the benefit of the doubt that I'm not trying to ignore you. And maybe, just shoot me a direct email, say, hey, I sent you a problem, blah, 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 blah. Because it's possible that I may not have gotten it. So just give me that heads up on that. So yes, yep, I will be sending a recording of all this. Yep. Not a problem. Thanks for tuning in for the time that you gave. All right. So questions on anything? Everybody good so far? Everybody good? Any questions? All right, so let's go back to Math Lab Shell. So those are assignments. And I'll show you the lectures. So you have lectures that are pre-recorded lectures. You have the Math Lab tools. You have the e-text. And then, of course, you have all the assignments that I'll send out once I, establish where they're going to be within my class scheduling. I'll send it out. They'll be attached to your syllabus. They'll be in your syllabus as well. That all my office hours I do through Zoom. So it's not like you have to come to campus. Your midterm and your final exam, you do not have to come to campus. We're going to do that through Zoom as well. What's going to happen is I'm going to give you, during that week, I'll give you multiple options in which you can tune in and take your test. You have to just make sure you have Zoom capabilities and a camera that works so I can see you. And then from there, you'll be able to take your midterm or your final exam. Those are the only 2 times that you will be proctored. Everything else you just do on your own. You only have 2 due dates. The first due date is at midterm, about the spring break time, and then the final due date is final exam week, the final grading week. So you only have 2 major due dates, and that's how so you have the luxury and the freedom to get chapter 5, chapter 6 stuff done before by spring break, and then chapter 7, chapter 11, chapter 7 to 11 is done after spring break. Have to be done after spring break. Now you can move ahead, move as fast as you like, but that's just the due dates on the 2 due dates. E-text is right here, right here on the left. So you can go through all the chapters right here if you need it. Why didn't it go back up? All right, go back to the main menu. All right. Let's see. I think that's it. Questions? Anybody have any questions? Like I said, I'll adjust those due dates shortly, and you'll be able to see them all. Real quick, let me plug this to the wall before I lose you guys. All right, let me plug into the charger. All right, so any questions? Everybody good? Everybody straight? I think we're good to go. Okay, so always feel free to ask me questions. If you have them, shoot me those emails. And like I said, feel free to come to any office hours. If you know you're going to be late to office hours, let me know. Like if I have office hours from 10 to 12 and you're not showing up till like 11, let me know, because oftentimes I may walk away, I may go to the restroom, I could do anything, and or I may go talk to an instructor or something like that, because nobody's in my Zoom for like an for the most part, people don't show up if you're not in there within the first half an hour. So, but if you know you're going to come late, shoot me an email, let me know, so I can be watching out for you. But other than that, I look forward to being your instructor and helping you guys along, throughout the semester. All right. So are there any other questions before we close out? Everybody good? Okay. But that's all that I have. Like I said, email me if you have any other questions that you think of later. And outside of that, I will talk to you whenever you engage me. And I will be sending out emails every now and then, just checking out, say everybody good, is everybody all right, just checking on you, making sure you're good. But other than that, let's get this semester going. And I hope we have a great semester. All right. You guys have a good one. Let's see. You have a great day as well. You guys take care.
All right. Thank you.